Welcome at Ask the Professor. I'm really happy that you give a lot of feedback, a lot of questions, also in-depth questions, and also you see a lot of reactions and support each other and supporting each other by questioning and answering, in your case, in your country, what is ongoing on a certain topic. I saw a lot of information and questioning about curiosity about ERTMS, also the signaling system in America, cybersecurity, really hot topics you could say, also about the investments we like to do and innovations for the next generation of railway. And that's not easy to answer because that's an ongoing process and every country has its own philosophy and it's not easy to give this as a feedback in this video. So I would suggest please help each other when you have an answer in this forum. Give feedback in your situation in your country, for example. And for now I can just advise you, there's a follow-up on this MOOC. There's professional education of the TU Delft, and all these topics from rail, the assets, the operations and the maintenance and the future will all be being touched by professional education of railway. So when you like to have more information in depth and more, for example, also literature about this, feel free and you can enroll yourself for these courses. Anyway, let's go back to the questions of this second Ask the Professor of the MOOC. So let's go. A really nice futuristic question was about why could we bring on wings on rails or on the rolling stock, you could say, so that the rolling stock are more floating or flying a little above or just with lower stresses on the rail. So you get a longer lifetime for your wheel-rail contact, of course, because you have less pressure and also less wear, of course. Nice invent and nice thinking, but the question is you need this high pressure of the static load, otherwise when you have no adhesion or friction momentum, and you need this, otherwise you will have slippery track. So when you lift up the train, you will get more chance you get slippery wheels. And that's what we don't like, because you can see that on the autumn when we have problems with slippery track and leaves on the track. And there's also another issue, and that's safety. Safety is always the biggest concern in railways. It's really safe, but when you like to change the system, for example, add on some spoiling or wings on the end on top of the train, you will get a lift off. But how control this? It's not easy that you have to control this. For example, when you have a storm or other things, you can disrupt this, and then how to handle the safety. So my suggestion is a nice idea, but I think it's not easy to prove that this is always safe in all circumstances. So I think it's a nice idea, but maybe you can try it out in your own yard on scale and let's see what happens. But I think it's not easy to control, but a nice idea. What about switches? How much switches do you need, and what is normal, or what's the best wish or the best guess? How much switches you need, for example, in the railway operation in a daily way? And that's a nice question, but also it's a puzzle, because what do you need? Do you need really all the switches to switch from one platform to another, say in 30 ways, or you just say no, I just like to reduce the switches, because reduction of switches means less problems or problems with breakout or breaking down of these machines. So what do you like? Less switches means less disturbances, that's for sure. But on the other hand, less flexibility. And how much flexibility you need for operations, and instead of how much failures you can get and you can survive with. And that's also a balance. And I think there is no good or bad answer, but it is really to think over what do you really need because of your operations. Just go one place to another and going back, or riding in circles could be an alternative. And then you only have to switch when two circles are coming together, or you use a switch that's just the passenger, and using the passenger as a switch because of and via the platforms. It's up to you what you can choose, but the idea is right. Less switches means less failures. I found a statement about AC and DC, direct current or oscillating currency. And what is the best way? The question was when you have direct current is only because of low speed, low and easy traffic like tram metro systems with a third rail, you could say, instead of the catenary. But that's not the right way why it is, because here in Holland, for example, we have just heavy rail with a catenary and this with direct current, 1500 volts. So it is possible. But the problem with direct current is you don't have that much management you can do, or you can add on more trains, because direct current means there's a limit of energy you can put in. And therefore you need more energy, you need AC systems with also high voltage. And then you increase the capacity. And the question is how much need of energy you have. And when the need is okay, like in Holland, for example, when we have every 6 minutes a train, then still you can use direct current systems. So no big deal, and make your choice. Many thanks for all your questions, your ideas, and also the feedback on the forum and Q&A sessions. Please go on, continue. I'm really happy to see that you are very active. Help each other when you have nice ideas from your own country or experience. Please exchange, and see you in the next run of Ask the Professor. Let's see what you have in mind to ask me. But keep in mind, I only have 5 minutes to give answers to you, so let's see what is coming up. And all the other questions, please help each other and use the Q&A and forum just to inform and to get more information from each other. Good luck!